So example 3, it says 2x squared plus 5x equals 3. Now, again, it's a quadratic formula, or sorry, quadratic equation. If you see a quadratic term, something x squared as the highest power, it's a quadratic equation. Once you recognize quadratic equation, first thing I'm going to do, since there is a linear term, again, if there's no linear term, what I showed you in example 1 is the best way. If there's a linear term, I want to go quadratic formula. I have to have everything equals 0. I want my quadratic term positive. So I'm going to, 2x squared is already positive, so I'm going to keep 2x squared where it's at. 5x is going to stay where it's at. I'm going to move the 3 left, becomes minus 3 equals 0. So always, first step, if you're going to use quadratic formula, you want everything equals 0, and you want the x squared term positive. So if it's already positive, leave it where it's at. If this said negative 2x squared, I would have moved everything over to the right. All right, so again, depends on what it says in order to determine that. I just like the quadratic term positive. So, a is equal to 2, b is equal to, and c is equal to negative 3. So again, once you get the descending order equals 0, a, b, and c can be identified. Signs do matter, so make sure you consider those signs. I write out my formula. I want you to know this formula, so I recommend every problem that you write it down. It kind of flows pretty nicely. So once you have it under control, it's not hard to memorize the formula. It's a nice little cadence to it when you say it. All right. Again, identify the 3 things you want to figure out. Okay, so my answer is going to look like this. It's going to have this structure. I want to know what this negative b is equal to, what b squared minus 4ac is equal to, what 2a is equal to. I always start with minus b and 2a because they're easy. Minus b is equal to, 2a is equal to, b squared minus 4ac is equal to. I always do it this way. It's the most easy way to evaluate everything. So, negative b minus b is what? You look at this. It says minus b, b is 5. Minus b means what? What does minus b mean to do? Negative 5, thank you, Eric. Negative 5. Change the sign. Minus b just means change the sign. All right. 2a. A is equal to 2. What is 2a? 4. 2a just means to double. Those 2 are easy. You change the sign, you double a number. Everybody knows how to multiply by 2. Everybody knows how to change the sign, right? So, positive 5, change the sign, negative 5. 2, double it, 4. B squared minus 4ac. B is equal to 5, so B squared is 25 minus 4 times 2 times negative 3. Always B squared, always positive. 5 times 5 is 25. Minus is minus, 4 is 4, A is 2, C is negative 3. So substitute A and C in. This is always a product. Always do that next. 4 times 2 times 3 is 24. These signs, minus that's in the formula multiplied by the negative 3 changes it to plus 24. So again, it's always a perfect square number, plus or minus another number. Your job is to determine plus or minus based on the product that's happening. In this case, we're multiplying the minus sign in front times the negative 3. The 2 negatives make a positive, so it becomes plus. 25 plus 24 is 49. So we evaluate the 3 pieces of the quadratic formula, then we substitute those pieces in the positions where they belong. So, minus b belongs in front of the plus or minus sign, negative 5. B squared minus 4ac belongs inside the radical, that's 49. 2a belongs in the denominator, that's 4. So we evaluate those 3 things, we put them where they belong. What is the square root of 49? 7. So we're going to get something over 4, something over 4. The denominator is already set once you have the denominator figured out. The top is we add and subtract the 2 numbers. Negative 5 plus 7 is equal to positive 2. Negative 5 minus 7 is equal to negative 12. If those reduce, we should. So 1/2 and negative 3 are the correct answers to that problem. Again, those are the numbers, if I were to put them in for x, they'd be true. If I tried it out, negative 3 squared is what? 9, so that'd be 2 times positive 9 plus 5 times negative 3 is supposed to equal 3. 18 minus 15 equals 3, that's true, right? So again, what we're finding is the answers to the problem. You don't have to check them. Just know that that's what we're finding. That's what the quadratic formula does for us.